Hello. Here's to you. I'm raising my glass to you. I hope we're all well. Is it Sunday again? They come round very quick, don't they? Don't you just love that new intro music? Right, welcome once again to Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. You are very, very welcome. The Elvis channel that is done by a fan for you fans out there. It's the Ultimate Fan Channel. I'd like to think it is anyway. As always, we have lots to get through. We have This Day in Elvis History. We have Fan of the Month quiz, live interactive poll. I Wish Elvis Had Recorded, sent in by a viewer. So we'll get to that near the end of the show. Photoshop of the week. And if you thought last week's was bad, well, this one's bad as well. So wait till you see that one. You can call me free on WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger, as you can see on the screen. The phone lines aren't open yet, but I will open them after we've discussed or I've mentioned what the topic is. And the topic is, which Elvis movie would you have liked to have co-starred in? Now, that's not just open to ladies, it's open to men as well. Maybe you'd want to be... what was it? Was it Will Hutchins, wasn't it? Or somebody in Clambake? Would you like to have been Elvis's sidekick in Clambake? Would you like to have been in Charo? You know, all those sort of things. So not just ladies. I know ladies are going to say all of them. I want to co-star in every Elvis movie, but I would like you to narrow down to just one movie. I know it's not easy, but that's what I would like you to do. Narrow it down to one movie. And also, tell me why you want to star in that particular movie. So if you call in today on those free numbers, WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, I also want you to tell me why you've picked that movie. So I'll look forward to taking your calls later. As you can see on the screen, Elvis Radio 24-hour broadcast, Elvis Presley to the entire world, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. His songs, rehearsals, alternate takes, and live performances. And basically what it is I give him a shout out, he gives me a shout out. Before we go any further, I'd like to say thank you to all the support that you give me on this channel and the kind messages that you send, the emails you send, the ideas for show topics and photoshops and all the other things that we do on this show. It's just great, and I just couldn't do it without you. I could not do this show without you, because your support is everything. And as I always say, it's your show, not my show. It's the fan show. I'd also like to tell you that I've done a new interview with someone from the Elvis world. It's I've got to edit it and do post-production and so forth, but I will be getting that out as soon as I can. Hopefully next week, maybe next Sunday, I don't know, but I will keep you updated on that. So keep a close eye on the social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, obviously YouTube. I'll keep you updated when it's going to go live and so forth. And it's a good one. This person is from the Elvis world. So, hopefully I've got a few more to come from the Elvis world as well, because I just love bringing those interviews to you. And I love speaking to the people from the Elvis world. Hello, Sophia. I meant to say that earlier on. How are you? Sophia, thank you very much for your kind message during the week. Now, let's go in without further ado. We are going to do the Fan of the Month quiz. Do you know, I haven't actually decided yet what to give for the October Fan of the Month. But what I am going to show you is what I am going to be doing for November's Prize of the Month. And the reason why I have to hold off until November is because the movie that I'm giving away, the 4K Ultra HD movie, is not even available to buy yet. It's not actually ready and available to order until the tail end of November. But I will reveal 2 weeks from now, Sunday, November the 6th, what it is. But at the moment, I'm just going to keep it under wraps. And you do have to subscribe to this channel to be in with, a chance of winning it, because only subscribers can take part, in the quiz, because the quiz entails you commenting, and we've put that down as subscribers mode only, because unfortunately we did have a few bad remarks in there. And as always, Maxine, the Elvis family, and Lou Dane are my delightful moderators, and I would ask you to keep on topic, which is Elvis Presley. So if everybody is ready, we will do the next round of Fan of the Month quiz, October the 23rd, 2022. And I will, Mrs. EAP Elaine says, just on time for my birthday, Steve. Right, if your birthday is a tail end of November, yes, you could well be in with a chance of winning that 4K movie, which isn't available to buy yet. So yeah, let's do the Fan of the Month quiz, and I've got a crazy idea for a Fan of the Month quiz topic, and I'm going to introduce it next week. And I don't know what I was thinking, I really don't, but I'm gonna do it next week. I am going to do it next week, so please join in next week with the quiz. And I have this feeling it's just going to completely blow up in my face and not going to work. But I want to try it, because I want to try as many new things on this channel and keep it as fresh as possible. And so 25th, right? Okay, Mrs. EAP. Well, if it's the 25th of November, we should have a good idea by then who's in the running for that mystery prize. Not mystery voice, but mystery prize. Also coming up later is an interactive poll, which I'll ask you to vote on. And it is kind of in line with the topic of which Elvis movie would you have liked to have co-starred in. Right. So if Lou Dane and Maxine are ready, we can do the Fan of the Month quiz. And guess what, people? Guess what? It's Name the Jumpsuit. Name the Jumpsuit. I've done it again because a lot of people said they enjoyed it. Hazel Knight, hello, Hazel. Jack, hi, Jack. Alfred, yeah, I can see a lot of usual suspects. Thanks very much for joining in. And don't forget your super chats if you do want anything for me to address personally, or you want me to address. Do a super chat and it highlights for me, and I will attend to that. And also, you can support the channel by buying me a coffee. The link is in the description box below. I think that's all that out of the way. So, what's this? Oops, Steve did it again. I think Maxine means about the jumpsuits. Yes. I've tried to improve the quality of the photographs this time, and hopefully we will. It has to be the name of the jumpsuit as mentioned in the elvisinconcert.com jumpsuit index website. So here we go. Eyes down. Which jumpsuit is this one? Okay, quite an elaborate jumpsuit, and the back of it, I thought I'd find a shot of the back of it because it shows a lot of detail in that. So if somebody can tell me what the name of that jumpsuit is. Okay, so we're getting Aztec, Totem Pole, Inca Leaf, Thunderbird, Inca, King of Spades. Nope, still nothing. Indian Leaf, Thunderbird, question mark. Oh, I've got people here. I've definitely got people here. And I did cross-reference this with that. Okay, somebody has said Egyptian Pharaoh. Bossa Nova Baby. Well done, Bossa Nova Baby.
Bring out the booze, Grandma.
Oh, I've got a new one of those jingles coming up as well. For when somebody gets the Bossa Nova Baby. Thanks, Maxine. For when somebody gets the right first correct answer. Well done, Bossa Nova. Okay, yeah, I quite like that one. There's not many of the gaudy ones that I like, but that particular one, I don't mind it. The Egyptian. Alrighty, here we go. number 2 jumpsuit. What's the name of this jumpsuit? Kirsty Marie says I was 3rd. Well done. Well done, yes. It's all about speed as well. You might know what it is, but you just can't get... The jumpsuits is hard, Steve. Sorry, Timothy. Silver Phoenix is Jack Mullins. Yeah, it is the silver one, is correct. So, Jack, you get the thing that you actually suggested.
Bring out the booze, Grandma.
Well done, Jack. Silver Phoenix. Yes. And next on the list. Now, as I say, I am quite... I want the actual name of this as it appears on this website. So whoever is the first to give me the full name of this jumpsuit, this one. Again, a nice one. Mary Carey says, wild in the country, I'm a social worker and this hits home. Description of women in cotton field using buttermilk for sunburn. Yes. Okay, so the actual, has anybody... Yes, somebody has got that. I just need Maxine to, excuse me, to confirm it. And it is actually Mad Tiger. Not Tiger Man, it's Mad Tiger, believe it or not. So who was the first, Maxine, to say Mad Tiger? Such a pretty jumpsuit, says the Chipmunk. Yes, it is. It is. It's not overdone. There's plenty of white in it as well. But there's a nice, obviously, there's a nice picture of a tiger on it. Nice belt as well. So, oh, Bossa Nova Baby again. Thanks, Maxine.
Bring out the booze, Grandma.
That's 2 to Bossa Nova Baby tonight. So far 2 to Bossa and 1 to Jack. Yeah, Mad Tiger. Not just Tiger or Tiger jumpsuit, but Mad Tiger. And Kirsty Marie says Mad Tiger as well. Right, now the next one is... Hi, Aisha. Right. Number 4. This one's very simple. Actually, very, very simple. There'll be a lot of people get this one. What's the name of that one? From 1976, I believe, he started wearing that. Who's going to be first in here? Lou Dane says Flame. Marcus Flame. Salam. Hi, Salam says Flame. Oh, Flames. No set. Yeah. Yeah. Austin says American Fire. That's quite an interesting answer. I wonder whether that was an alternate name for it. But we're going to go Lou Dane. Well done, Lou.
Bring out the booze, Grandma.
Okay. Lou Dane. Number 5. Here we go. Number 5. This could actually trip somebody up. Again, I want the full... Oh, somebody says Red Phoenix. Wet Blanket says Red Phoenix. Yeah, no, it's Flame. Yeah. Right. Actually, 2 people said Red Phoenix. Helen says Red Phoenix. Oh, Kirsty says Red Flower. Joanne says Mad Flame. Yeah, it was a bit mad looking, all right. Right, never mind, Steve. Keep going. Number 5 is this one. Quite an early jumpsuit, this one. Marie says his jumpsuits are amazing. Yes. There's only a few. There's only about 1 or 2 which I don't even like. As a lot of people know, I don't like the gypsy suit. Oh, wow. There it is. Okay, this one is called Blue Brocade. And again, Lou Dane gets that right. So I'll just check with Maxine. But I would imagine that it was Lou Dane. Very underrated. That was when his suits were very, very simple and not fussy at all. And some of the early suits are my favorites, like the conchos and the fringes and the red ladders and things like that. So Lou Dane gets a gets...
Bring out the booze, Grandma.
I think Elvis Austin, you could be right. I think it was the January-February engagement when he wore those. He wore some lovely suits in January and February of 70. And July, August as well. Hazel Knight says, I need to research on the jumpsuits. Yeah, because I think I will do another 6 in a couple of weeks' time. So if you want to have a good search around and look at the photographs and research the names and things like that, by all means. And then it's nice to have a good sort of knowledge of jumpsuits. And then what happens then is it's literally just a case of who gets in there first, who types the name first. So the 6th and final one is this one. A very elaborate neck piece on that. Very elaborate. And I am very, very interested to see who gets the full name of this correct. Salam says chains. Norset says not. Chains. Okay. Aztec. I didn't know they had names. Yeah, most White Cossack, Duncan Campbell. Well done. Yeah, I mean, actually, it was the fans that gave them the names more than anything else, I believe. I don't think Elvis actually gave them names. So well done, Duncan. You get a...
Bring out the booze, Grandma.
I think that one was from January, February as well, 70. So, Bossa Nova 2, Ludane 2, Duncan 1, Jack 1. Well done. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for taking part in that. And I will probably this coming week decide on what I can give as a prize for October, but I haven't decided yet. And I am obviously giving out a special prize in November, which isn't even available in the shops yet. Now, the topic, right, I was kind of wondering if man or woman could choose one of Elvis's 31 feature films, which would they like to have starred in? Which do they think would have been the most fun? Which would have been, just overall great one to appear alongside Elvis in? Man or lady, would you have liked to have been Judy Tyler in Jailhouse Rock? Would you like to have been Hunk Houghton, his sidekick? Would you like to have been a young lady that he picked up like that? Would you like to have been Change of Habit, his final feature film? What else have we got? What else did I pick? Oh yeah, Hear 'em, Scare 'em. Would you like to have been part of his harem? Elvis looked very. Would you like to have been in Flaming Star, one of his more dramatic pictures? Or what about Joan Blackman in Blue Hawaii or Kid Galahad? Would you like to have been in Viva Las Vegas? Charo, would you like to have been in Charo? Would you like to have been sort of a villain opposite one of the gang against Elvis, maybe? So this isn't just open to females; it's open to men as well. And I think what I should do is I should also throw open the poll as well. And what I've actually done, I could only give, you see, the poll only gives you 4 options. So I picked 3 films, and then the 4th option is you can leave another movie in the comments if you want. If I haven't picked a movie that you would like to co-star in with Elvis, then you can leave it in the comments. So ask your community this question, and this question is: which Elvis movie would you like to have co-starred in? Follow That Dream, Change of Habit, Blue Hawaii, or another movie, which you will have to leave, obviously, in the comments, if that is okay. So, the best thing to do as well is to also if somebody wants to ring in, if you ring in, I'll also be asking you why you picked this movie to co-star alongside Elvis as well. Not just what movie you want to co-star alongside, but why you've picked that movie. So if you do want to ring in and tell me, I'm going to ask you that question as well. And we have a call already. And hi, Maxine.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, brilliant. So,
good.
tell me this. You would definitely like to star in an Elvis movie.
Yeah.
And which one is it?
Does the 68 special sort of
No,
come under me?
no, that's not a movie. That was a big slap down, that was.
Oh, no.
I know. You'd want to sit at the edge of the stage, wouldn't you, looking up at him in that black leather?
Yeah.
I can't allow it. No.
Oh, sorry, fair enough. You thought I was.
Have you got an alternative choice?
Change of habit.
Yeah, and why?
Oh, it's a hard one.
Is it just because he looks absolutely stupidly handsome?
And because he plays the doctor, so why not? If you've got an injury.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You would sprain your ankle or something like that, would you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Okay, right. So that's your choice.
Yeah.
And what would you be? Would you be one of the nuns? Yeah. You could be.
Probably,
You could be Mary Tyler Moore, couldn't you?
Probably. I don't know.
But then again, Mary Tyler Moore, it sort of leaves it up in the air, doesn't it? Did she or didn't she?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I firmly believe she didn't. She wouldn't leave. She wouldn't sort of denounce her religion. So okay, well that's great. Thanks a lot.
All right.
So I'll put you down as change of habit.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Cheers.
Mate. Bye.
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 So we have one vote so far for change of habit. And as I say, he just looked impossibly handsome in Change of Habit as the Doctor, didn't he? I can imagine if there was if we had a doctor like that. Wow, yeah, there'd be a lot of women making appointments. That's for sure. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Steve.
Mark, can I tell everybody you are on holiday?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. Mark is actually abroad in a sunny area, and he's still tuning into the show.
I'm tuning in, yeah. I couldn't miss you.
I'm impressed.
We just got back to the hotel. Said, no, I'm going to speak to Steve.
So, did you see what the question is this week? The topic?
Yeah, I saw the question. Yeah, it's a hard one. I'll probably go for King Galahad. I'd like to take the part of Charles Rob Bronson and be Elvis's trainer.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Elvis actually looked in really, really good shape during that filming, didn't he?
Yeah, I enjoy that film. It's one you don't see in the afternoon as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he could have passed for a boxer.
Yeah.
And was it Mushy Callahan or somebody that he took a boxing sort of instruction from, wasn't it?
Instruction from, yeah. It looked good in the film, yeah, it did, yeah. Taking that part and obviously building that old car that they did and driving around in the old car. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
And a lovely setting as well, Inglewild, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very nice indeed.
Well,
there's quite a few, isn't there? There's quite a few films you'd like to star in.
Yeah. I mean, there's 31 to pick from, Yeah. Although Maxine was a bit naughty, she wanted to pick the 68 television special. I said, no, that's not allowed. No.
Naughty Maxine, yeah. Have you heard the news about Baz? He might be taking the Elvis music film to turn into a musical.
No, I haven't actually heard that. What I did see this week about Baz was he's almost confirmed it that the 4-hour isn't going to be happening in the next couple of years. Unfortunately, he kind of confirmed that himself this week. But I hadn't heard that. No, what's the story there?
Well, just a lot of the fans were trying to pester him about this Elvis on tour stuff.
Yeah,
and somebody leaked it saying that it could be a possibility because the film has been such a success around the world that there might be some type of Elvis production now taken to the theatre, which I think will be, because remember what I told you a few weeks ago about the Elvis thing on Strictly?
Yes. Yes, I remember.
So I think that's in the plans and the working, because I think it'll do as well as the other stuff has been out. It could do, couldn't it?
And I wonder, is it going to be just in one place or is it going to do a tour?
I think it'll be a tour.
Oh, great. I hope it comes to Ireland.
I think so. Yeah. It's got a good chance, because obviously the soundtrack has done quite well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously the film, so to turn it into a theatre production, would be quite good. Again, so
that's something else to look forward to again now.
Yeah. And I see Priscilla's doing a tour next year.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Will you be off to see her at all?
No, probably not, because again, I don't think something like that is going to come to Ireland, unfortunately. It would be hard. It would be hard for me to get over to England next year. I don't know. I don't know what the plans are yet. But I'd be interested, because she has hinted that there is unseen footage to be shown at the show. Now I'm wondering what unseen footage this is that she could show.
Is it more of the home movies?
I would imagine it's probably home movies, but I thought we'd seen all those by now, unless there's a few snippets she kept back.
Yeah. Well, I suppose she's got some. A lot was taken by Joe Esposito as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm hoping that I can get somebody to covertly film it so that I can see it.
Yeah. I'm tempted, because she's coming to Birmingham, so
right.
I think she's coming to the town hall. I think it's at April time, so
right.
I might get a ticket to see her.
Yeah.
I've met her in person myself.
And what's she like?
Only briefly. She seemed pleasant and kind. It wasn't really a chat. It was just a shake of a hand.
Yeah.
And she signed the book.
Yeah.
The book signing for Elvis and the Presleys.
Yes.
So I know a few people have said that what she did at Graceland was a bit strange, but it might have just been a slip up, mightn't it? So,
I mean, is she late 70s or 80s? I mean, she will be 80 soon, I believe. Is that right? Or maybe she is 80.
78.
78.
79.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's easily to get a little bit confused sometimes. And she had been doing a lot running up to the week. So she was probably tired as well. So with the age thing and the tiredness, it just got her a little bit confused.
Yeah. I got around to buying the Blu-ray last week of the film, but I'll come back from the army just to watch it. I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Very
good.
Looking forward to that.
Well, Mark, I really appreciate you taking time out from your holiday, and enjoy the rest of it. When are you back? Are you back next week, or?
We're landing back in the UK on Thursday.
Right.
Afternoon.
Right. Well, enjoy the rest of your holiday.
I will do, mate.
All right. All the best. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, that's Mark. He's enjoying a family holiday abroad with his family, and I do appreciate the fact that he's tuning in and also ringing in as well. Very, very kind. Thanks, Mark. So he said Kid Galahad, and he would like to have played the part of Charles Bronson. So don't forget, I'm still looking for people to vote on which Elvis movie would you like to have co-starred in. Follow That Dream, Change of Habit, Blue Hawaii, or you can leave your choice in the comments. Well, Duncan, how are you?
Hello, Steve. How are you?
Long time no speak.
Indeed.
I got your email, by the way. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you.
I'll have a look at that later, because that's for an upcoming show, an idea.
Sure.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
So let's see now. Co-starring Elvis Presley and Duncan Campbell.
Yeah. King Creole.
Oh.
Maxie Fields.
Oh, right. Yes.
I think it would be amazing to either be in or be there to witness Elvis acting with a script that took him seriously as an actor.
Yeah.
To see the delight that he had in fulfilling his dream at that point, it was still tangible.
Yeah, and it would have been it would have been interesting as well, being a co-star. Obviously, you would have been privy to a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and on set. And I wonder how he was feeling about his impending shipping out to Germany with the army. I mean, I don't know. He probably didn't know he was going to Germany, but he knew he was going to be going overseas.
He knew things were going to change. And if you remember,
exactly,
he had this intense fear that meant his career was over.
Oh yeah. Oh, he definitely thought
Because
it was all over. Yeah.
he didn't have, there was no arrogance about the man. He didn't have a level of confidence to say that he was so much better than everybody else.
Mm.
So he had, as we know, even through into the 70s, he had this notion that people wouldn't remember him.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And now here we are, what, 45 years later?
I know. I saw the comments.
Still talking about him,
I
still
actually,
listening to him.
I actually saw the comments in the box there before we came
In
on
the chat
air,
earlier,
and
yeah.
people were saying it's amazing how all these years later, and he's still as much in the limelight as he was when he was alive.
Absolutely. And you think about it was a career that lasted a bit more than 20 years. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you think of 20 years in terms of music, you think of folk that were famous for that period of time that we don't listen to anymore.
That's right. That's right.
That are not on the public. And it just says what he was like, the talent of the man and the charisma of the man and his presence that had such an impact on the world.
People are still so interested in anything to do with Elvis, whether it's his career, his private life, or whatever. They're just so interested. Even casual fans are interested. Not mad fans like us, but just casual people are still interested. Yeah. And
it's about keeping that going, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it does look like it's going to go on and on and on, which is great. And that's why we're doing this channel, is to keep that momentum going as well and to keep his name out there.
And we do really appreciate all that you do, Steve. We know the kind of work it takes, and it does make a difference.
But because I love
it in a way that's respectful to Elvis.
Yeah, but because I love,
not all channels do.
Yeah, because I love Elvis. You see, it's not really like work, even though it is work. It's not like work. It's a passion.
Absolutely.
Okay, so King Creole is your choice.
I think so. Yeah, King Creole in terms of the dramatic acting. If I was to choose a backup, it would be probably Speedway.
Oh no, that's an unusual one.
The Bill Bixby, the Bill Bixby chemistry with Bill Bixby and Elvis.
Yeah.
And there was a friendship there.
Yeah.
And there's something about that kind of relationship that kind of lifts the film. And there's something about that relationship there's a warmth there. Yeah. And a sort of brotherly, sort of bouncing off each other. That's quite nice.
That's great. That's an unusual choice. Yeah, Speedway. Okay, that's great. Thanks, Duncan.
Lovely to talk to you.
All
Steve.
right.
Take care.
All the best. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yes, Bill Bixby, of course, in Speedway. That was a good choice, wasn't it? I think my choice would have been probably Blue Hawaii. For the settings, for how Elvis looked, and I'll tell you in a minute why, but hang on a second. Hello, Salam.
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Good to speak to you.
It's good to speak to you, too. I got cut off last time.
Yeah, I know. I tried to ring you back, but I think you'd said everything you were going to say anyway, so...
Yeah. I like the topic today. I've never thought of it. I might go for Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, I know why. You want to be Anne Margaret.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh no, I did. I must have
be his soulmate.
Yeah, I must admit, I did expect at least one person to say Anne. Yeah.
I mean, all the other movies are great, but were they his soulmates? No.
Yeah, that's true. And it also looked like a lot of fun to make as well.
Yeah, it was very cute. It was very funny, and they had great chemistry, and they sang together, and it was just a really, really nice movie, and not very dramatic, right? So it was very kind of fun. So he might have been in a fun mood, right? So
yeah.
Want to get Elvis in a fun mood.
Yeah. Do you know the sequence where he's the waiter for the dinner, and he takes the cork off the champagne bottle, and it goes all over Anne, and she's kind of going, oh, and he just cracks up laughing. They left it in there, but you can see him actually laughing at it. And things
he broke
like that.
Character a bit.
Yeah, he did break character, and I love the way they left it in there, because if they'd have just shot it straight, it wouldn't have been as funny. But the fact that he has a little laugh at her getting sprayed all over with champagne kind of makes that scene, I think.
Yeah, and even the scene where they're singing, I forget the name of the song, where they're singing by the pool.
Oh, The Lady Loves Me.
Yeah, And when they're singing to each other, it's as if no one else is around. Like they're staring deep into each other's eyes,
Yeah.
and they're just smiling, and they're giddy, and that's real. That
Yeah.
is real. That is not acting.
Yeah, that's why I would have loved to have seen "You're the Boss" used. Now, do we know?
Oh, yeah.
Do we know whether there was even a sequence shot for it, or was "You're the Boss" dropped long before the filming? I'd love to know
Have no
that.
idea. Another thing I wondered, I know that Anne Margaret has a recording of Heartbreak Hotel. I just wonder if Elvis ever heard it, or if, I don't know when she recorded it. I don't know the exact dates or anything, but I know that she does have a version of Heartbreak Hotel, and I always wondered that if Elvis ever heard it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look that up after the show. Actually, that'd be interesting. If she recorded it before he died, then it's likely that he would have heard it, because he went to some of her shows, didn't he? And he always sent flowers on her opening night as well.
Yeah, they were really good friends till the end, and in her biography or autobiography, she talks about how she battled demons. I think she battled alcoholism after an accident or something like that.
Yeah.
But this was well after Elvis
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
She kind of remembered Elvis, how, he didn't get out of it. She was able to get out of it, but he wasn't. It was like, I don't know. It's kind of a very deep connection. That was pretty sad.
I also think that that's how she knew that something was wrong with Elvis, because she was due to open on August the 15th or 16th, something like that, and she didn't get the flowers. And of course it was because he hadn't given the instruction to send flowers, because obviously he died. And so that's how she kind of knew that something wasn't right. It was the first time ever that she hadn't got flowers from him.
Yeah, I just like how they remained friends for all, she went and got married, he went and got married, but they still remained friends. They still remained, civil, right, to each other. And I always thought that was just a testament to their friendship. So that's why I would choose Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because I want to be that.
Okay, good choice. Thanks, Salam.
Thank you, Steve.
All the best. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right, right. Yes, Viva Las Vegas. I knew somebody would ring and say that, or I knew probably people in the comments as well is saying that. Viva Las Vegas and Margaret. Obviously, the ladies are saying that. Yeah, I was saying about Blue Hawaii. I would pick Blue Hawaii because of the beautiful setting. Elvis looked really happy, and it was just that time after. He was only out of the army about a year when he made it. And he had it all before him. I say it would have been a lot of fun working out in Hawaii with Elvis. I could have been one of the guys on the boat when he's singing with the ukuleles, but knowing my luck, I probably would have fallen in the ocean. So it would have been one of those bloopers. But yeah, Blue Hawaii for me. Of course, the lovely Joan Blackman was in that, and she was also in Kid Galahad as well. There was quite a strong relationship between Elvis and Joan Blackman. In fact, Joan said that they almost lived together during the filming of Blue Hawaii and Kid Galahad. And I think I've mentioned this before on the channel. I just love the I Got Lucky sequence in Kid Galahad. Because you can just see Joan cracking up 3 or 4 times during the filming of that scene. Elvis is clowning around and she is just literally busting herself laughing. And you can see that they just had a great on-screen and off-screen relationship. They really did. So that would have been my choice, Blue Hawaii. Now, we're going to do Elvis history, but I will remind you that you can still vote on which Elvis movie would you like to have co-starred in Follow That Dream, Change of Habit, Blue Hawaii, or you can leave your other choice in the comments now. And also, if you're watching this on playback, you're on catch up or whatever you want to call it, you can still leave your comments below in the comments box, because I would be interested to hear your opinion on obviously which film, but more importantly, why you've picked that film. You heard why Duncan said it, and you heard why Salam said it, and so forth. You're not allowed to pick the 68 television special, Naughty Maxine. You're not allowed to do that. So click on the little blue banner and it'll open up the poll. And I see there's still people voting, so I'll leave that open for a wee while longer. Still coming up is Photoshop of the week, which is horrific. And I wish Elvis had recorded, and I will give you that poll result near the end, so you will hear that. Even if you're watching on playback, you'll be able to hear that. But I'm going to do, let's have a look here if I can get up some pictures as well, because I like to show some pictures when I'm doing the Elvis history. And if this is a sort of a red letter day for you, or your birthday or anniversary or anything like that, October the 23rd, and you wanted to know what Elvis was doing on October the 23rd down the years, well, I'm going to tell you. In 1954, Elvis reaches a Billboard chart outside of Memphis for the first time. So outside of Memphis for the first time, when Blue Moon of Kentucky hits number 6 in Nashville and number 3 in New Orleans. The song had been written in 1946 by Bill Monroe as a slow waltz, but Elvis and his band turned it into a upbeat blues-style tune in 4/4 time. They'd done that to kind of match the same tempo, I suppose, as That's All Right, because Blue Moon of Kentucky, as we know, was what they'd found to back That's All Right. They needed something to back That's All Right, and a couple of nights after recording That's All Right, they recorded Blue Moon of Kentucky. And Elvis performed in Shreveport on the Louisiana Hayride on this day in 1954. 1955, at the Missouri Theater St. Louis, Elvis was scheduled at 2 p.m., 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Elvis was supposed to open the show, but he was late because of searching for his wallet. He was not allowed to perform and was fined $125. So there you go. And there's a picture of him. He does look a bit sort of pensive there, doesn't he? Like, yeah, $125, because obviously in 1955, $125 was a big fine for Elvis. 1956, Elvis got a visit from his friend Nick Adams. Nick Adams, of course, was a big friend of Elvis, and he also starred in, amongst other movies, Rebel Without a Cause, which was one of Elvis's favorite movies. Then we have 1957, Elvis in Las Vegas, and we have some photographs here of Elvis in Vegas. We also have, as far as I remember, him surrounded by fans signing autographs. So that will be coming up in a second. And I also think there is a photograph. You can just see, actually, you can just see on the, and when it comes around again, yeah, there it is, George Klein. George looks a bit pensive there, a little bit unsure of what's going on. Maybe he's a little bit worried that Elvis might come to harm, but I don't think so. And in the other photograph as well was Tom Diskin as well. We saw Tom Diskin, which I think is coming around. Maybe not. Okay, so we have yeah, there's Tom Diskin. Yeah, on the left. Okay. 1958, off-duty Elvis in Frankfurt. He visited Bill Haley and the Comets backstage. And only 2 years before, Elvis had been the opening act for Bill. And there's Bill Haley and Elvis. Obviously, Elvis in his uniform because he was in the army. Clearly see that that's the dressing room backstage. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Some good shots there of Bill and Elvis. Then we have, oh yeah, something else as well. On the same day, Little Gerhard, a rock and roll star from Sweden, was probably on the bill and turned his photo op with Elvis into a funny advertising for concerts. One of us will be there. Elvis wasn't doing concerts. There it is. One of us will be there. And you can bet your life it was Little Gerhard. Right. Then we have 1961. Elvis started Kid Galahad at United Artists. He met producer David Weisbart and director Phil Carlson. First appointments were to be made with wardrobe and makeup. Then, after a medical exam for the insurance, Elvis started with workouts with champion Mushy Callahan. I was right, it was Mushy Callahan, for his role co-starring Charles Bronson. 1964, Vernon and his new family, Dee and their 3 sons, moved from the house on Hermitage to a new home just behind Graceland on Dolan Drive. So that was on October the 23rd, 1964. The house that Vernon lived in probably until Elvis's death in 1977. Then I believe, as far as I can remember, Vernon moved into Graceland, I believe. I don't think he continued to live in Dolan. Maybe he did. I'm not too sure. Maybe he split himself between Graceland and Dolan. But it was handy. When they moved in 1964, it was handy for him because he could go through the back gate because it adjoined the property, the Graceland property. He could go through the back gate, through the pasture and into his office without even going out the front down Dolan Drive and having to go up Elvis Presley Boulevard. So yeah, it was a good move to build a house there on Dolan Drive. 1965, the album Elvis for Everyone hit number 10 in the US. Elvis got a speeding ticket near Graceland around 4 a.m. while returning home from the Memphian. If I was a cop, I don't think I would have given Elvis a speeding ticket. I think what I would have done was I would have asked him for his autograph instead. 1968, the movie Live a Little, Love a Little, co-starring Michelle Carey, Don Porter, Rudy Valley, Dick Sargent, Sterling Holloway, Celeste Yarnell and Eddie Hodges, opened in the US and Canadian movie theatres. Elvis worked at United Artists Recorders with Billy Strange on the soundtrack for The Trouble with Girls from 7 p.m. until 3:15 a.m. And as you can see, what they did there was they did, Chautauqua was just an instrumental. That was nothing to do with Elvis, but he did Clean Up Your Own Backyard, Swing Down Sweet Chariot, Signs of the Zodiac with Marlon Mason, who I had the pleasure of speaking to on this channel. It was a lovely interview. She was a great, great guest, and I just enjoyed myself. If you haven't heard that, check it out. It's on this channel. It's on the playlist under interviews with people from the Elvis world. Also did Almost, 31 takes of Almost, the Whiff and Puff song, and Violet. And I've also got a note here that later Felton Jarvis would overdub and remix the tracks in Nashville. I'm not going to say anything about that. Just he did, and that's what he did. 1974, we have got this photograph because Elvis's 40 Greatest Hits was released. It was released in 1974 and was the UK's biggest selling album over the Christmas period of that year. But along with all the albums on K-Tel, Ronco and Arcade, that was like a label in the UK, it was ineligible for the UK albums chart until 1975 because it was felt that heavy television advertising and low pricing distorted the charts. But you can imagine why it was a good seller. 40 Greatest Hits. People would snap that up. It finally reached number 1 in the UK albums chart in 1977 and became the 10th best-selling album of the 1970s in the UK. Now, I'll just say that one more time, actually. It became the 10th best-selling album of the 1970s in the UK. So it sold a lot. And that one came in a special pink pressing, which I have. Shocking pink pressing. Or special pink pressing, but it's very pink. Very pink. 1976, Elvis performed at the Coliseum, Richmond, Ohio. And there he is in the Arabian suit. Fantastic. Fantastic looking suit. I think that was one of the first ones that we had on Name That Jumpsuit 2 weeks ago. The Arabian, if I remember rightly. Looked really good that night. Although I'm not too sure about the fringe, the straight fringe. It wasn't one of my favorite haircuts of Elvis. Although he kind of had a fringe in Change of Habit, didn't he? But yeah, there you go. Now, Photoshop. If you know of a Photoshop, you see a Photoshop that you don't like, and you want to send that in to me, and you want to send in the original as well, the one before Photoshop, you can do that, and I'll feature it in a future show. And this one is very bad. And it's supposed to show Elvis in his V-neck jumpsuit standing next to Lisa Marie and Priscilla. And the timeline doesn't look right either, because I don't think Lisa looks around the right age for Elvis while he was wearing that jumpsuit. But basically what you'll have is there is the photograph that was used, and then they patched it together with the jumpsuit one. Of course, the one on the left there is a lot brighter, but I can assure you that it is the same. As you can see, Lisa is wearing the same dress. Obviously, Priscilla is wearing the same striped dress. And what we have also is we have one from the same sort of session. There you go, you can see. Although it does look like Lisa has changed. I don't know whether she's changed the dress or whether it just looks different in that photograph, because maybe the camera settings were different. But that's the Photoshop for the week, which is that one. And as I say, if you want to send me in your terrible Photoshops of Elvis, you can do that, and I'll feature it in another show. Now, I Wish Elvis Had Recorded was suggested by loyal viewer Christine O'Neill. Thanks, Christine, for sending this in. It's a song recorded by Charlie Rich and written by Billy Sherrill, Nora Wilson, and Rory Burke. The ballad reached number 1 in the United States in 1973 on 3 Billboard music charts, the pop chart for 2 weeks, the country chart for 3 weeks, and the adult contemporary chart for 3 weeks, as well as in Canada on 3 RPM charts, the RPM 100 singles charts, the country track charts, and adult contemporary. Billboard ranked it as the number 23 song of 1974. So we are talking of a very, very well-known song, very popular song. The song is actually a merging of 2 songs previously recorded by Nora Wilson. Hey Mister from 1968, which forms a major part of the song, and Mama McCluskey, McCluskey, I've said that right, used in part in the chorus. The B-side was Rich's own I Feel Like Going Home. The song receives a very brief airing in Brenda Fricker in the film So I Married an Axe Murderer. Jason Alexander offered a rendition of his character George Costanza on the December 16th, 1992 episode of the sitcom Seinfeld, titled The Pick, where he bemoaned the loss of his girlfriend, Susan. The song is featured prominently in the 2018 horror film The Ranger. It is, if you haven't guessed by now, and I'm sure you have, it's The Most Beautiful Girl. If you're not familiar with the song, I'll put a link below, and you can click on that and listen to it, but I'm pretty sure that nearly everybody has heard Charlie Rich singing The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. That's the next sort of line, but it is just called The Most Beautiful Girl. So thanks, Christine, for sending that in. And she wishes that Elvis had sung that song or recorded that song. And if you want to send me in your suggestions for a song you wish Elvis had recorded, and I can use them in an upcoming episode, and you can send them to me on Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel at gmail.com, or you can send them Messenger, any way of Facebook Messenger, Instagram, any way you like, because I love to hear from you. And Duncan says, great choice, Christine. Yes, I agree. It was a good choice. And I can hear Elvis's voice singing it instead of Charlie Rich. So I believe that Elvis would have... Elvis sang one line of that at a concert in 1974. Yes, Jack, he did, is correct. He did. But I would love to have heard him sing the whole song, professional recording, in the recording studio. Now, is there anybody else that wants to vote on this poll before I close it? Which Elvis movie would you like to have co-starred in? Male or female? Follow That Dream, Change of Habit, Blue Hawaii. Blue Hawaii was my choice. Or leave another movie in the comments. And don't forget, people, you can do it if you're watching on playback. Leave it below, and don't forget to tell me why you've picked the movie you pick. Like Duncan told me why he picked King Creole and so forth, and Salam told me why she picked Viva Las Vegas. Obvious reasons. But let's see if more come up than just those that were mentioned tonight. I am going to have a look at the poll and see what it is. Yeah. Okay, end poll. Here we go. And it is Blue Hawaii. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Leave another one in the comments, 33%. So there's going to be a lot of different ones. But Blue Hawaii takes it with 29% of the one I picked. Follow That Dream, 18%. Change of Habit, 18%. So Follow That Dream and Change of Habit were neck and neck. And a lot of people sided with me as well with Blue Hawaii. Maybe the ladies wanted to be Joan Blackman. And then there was Leave Other movie in the comments. So I'm going to read the comments when I get a chance to see what other ones were mentioned. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Don't forget, next month there is going to be a very, very special November Fan of the Month prize, a 4K Ultra HD movie which is not available to buy in the shops yet, and I'll reveal what it is on Sunday, November the 6th. But if you haven't yet sort of liked and subscribed to this channel, now's your chance, because only subscribers can take part in the quiz and win that. Ed Kaiser, thank you very, very much for your super chat. You haven't said anything, you've just donated. That's very, very kind. And don't forget, if you do like this channel and you like what I'm doing with the channel, then you can also buy me coffee using the link below. Oh, it's that time again, that music. So thanks for joining me. I couldn't do it without you. I told you that at the start of the show. And thanks for all the callers tonight. I enjoyed it very, very much. Don't forget, if you're watching this on playback, you can still leave your comments below on those movie co-stars. And until next week, look after yourself, and we'll do it all again next week. And don't forget, I have done an interview with another person from the Elvis world, but I'll get to that editing and post-production as quickly as I can, and I'll keep you posted on when I'm going to make that go live. So like I say, look after yourself, and I'll see you next Sunday.